Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Mark, a trainer here at WEX Field Service Management, and today we're covering Maintenance Plans 101. This webinar will cover setting up your maintenance plan templates, how to sign your customers up for a maintenance plan, how to schedule maintenance plan visits, how to keep track of your maintenance visits, and maintenance plan reports so you can manage plans and renewals in bulk. And we will do a live Q&A at the end where you'll be able to get your questions answered live on stream. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into WEX FSM. Now, the very first thing, and we're talking about maintenance plans, the very first thing I recommend doing is setting up your maintenance plan templates. This is what you will offer to your customers. To do this, we will go to More Applications, Maintenance Plans. That will bring you to the Maintenance Plans admin page. And you can see I've already added some maintenance plan templates here. There's a couple different ways that you can set these up, and we'll talk about those ways as we're adding a new plan. To add a new plan, you can click New Maintenance Plan here. You'll fill out the information that you see and hit Save Maintenance Plan. That will then save the plan in your list here. You can make as many different plans as you want. Some examples, we have a one system residential comfort club plan that's for one system, but I've also made one that's for two systems, and that's a little more expensive, and then one for three systems, and that's even more expensive. Maybe you just have one plan that you want. Everyone signs up for the Comfort Club plan, and it's very simple, basic. We come out twice a year, maintenance you. Uh, or maybe you want to create something for each side of the business you have. If you have an HVAC side of the business and a plumbing side of the business, you may want different maintenance plans for those different system types. And if you have a commercial customer, let's say that you are going out and doing multiple visits a year. This one has 4 visits. You can set it, you could even set it where you're going out every single month and you'll have a window of time for that. Now, I've already set up a couple of these plans, and we're going to use the Comfort Club plan as our example today to dive deeper into what it means to make a template. Click on Comfort Club Plan. At the top, we have your plan name and description. This will be customer facing. So I recommend putting whatever you want your customer to see right here. This will be your, the benefits that this is adding for them. Perhaps you are trying to sell a maintenance plan on a proposal and you're proposing this to the customer. This will show so they can see what they're getting when they sign up. You can update the color. So when a customer becomes a maintenance plan customer, they will have a star next to their name. And that star, you can change the color, and then you'll know at a glance what plan they're on. So if I see blue, I know they're on the Comfort Club plan. Contract length, this is going to be how long is the contract that they are signing up for. And this does matter in your system because a couple things will happen depending on what you choose. So 1 year means that it will be a 1 year contract after the expiration date of that one, after that year, it will go to an expired status. So it will expire automatically in your system after 1 year. You will be able to track that to see expired plans, and then you can reach out and have that customer sign up for another year. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We have a couple different multi-year options. Let's say we chose 5 years. That is going to create the next 5 years of service windows, and you won't need to renew. You will already have those jobs pre-created, And then at the end of the 5 years, it will go into an expired status. So basically just select how many years do you want them on contract without needing a renewal. Until canceled is best paired with our recurring payment plan for maintenance plans. If you sign someone up for a maintenance plan, you can take their uh, debit or credit card information, or if you have check processing, you can take ACH check and get their banking account information in there, and it will be set on a recurring payment. And if you set until canceled, that means that it will not expire for 20 years. It will set out the next 20 years of service windows. And so if you set them up on that payment plan, it will just automatically charge them at the interval you set. Maybe it's charging them monthly or annually, and then they can cancel at any time. But the until canceled is nice because then you don't have to worry about going in and renewing it when they're on that auto pay schedule. Annual price, this will be completely up to you. This is saying this is how much the annual price is for this plan. Now, a couple different options here. If you want to know the price, you want your technicians out in the field to see the price, and they're not going to do any math in the field. They'll just select from a list of templates based on what they need. I would add the price here. So this is saying this is $100 a year for the Comfort Club plan. If I'm keeping the price, I may want to make multiple versions of the same plan with more systems or more equipment. So with this scenario, you would make as many plans as you want to cover all the different maintenance plan scenarios you would run into. The benefit of that is you have the pricing already pre-selected. So your field technician doesn't have to do any math in the field. They just pick the template they need. Another way that you could do this, let's say that you work with customers who have just such a wide range of equipment, it may be good to put this at a $0 price point. And then you wouldn't necessarily need to make multiple plans, like multiple versions of the same plan. You would just look in the moment while you're, let's say, out in the field. Your technician would just look at the different pieces of equipment. Maybe they're looking at a pricing sheet to know what to do. They would do the math in the field and enter the price there. So it's a little more customized in the moment, but you will have to do that math in the field. That's up to you, however you want to set up these templates. Just know you can set the price, which is what we're doing for this one today, but you can also just set it to a $0 price point and add the price you want for each customer in the moment. If you're syncing to QuickBooks, you will select the income account. Do you charge taxes? Yes or no? And then the terms, this is the legal stuff. This is the actual contract that the customer is signing. This also is customer facing, so they will see this in the contract terms section of your job forms. And you just want to make sure that this is what the binding terms between you and your customer. Service windows, this is how many times are you going to go out and do a visit. Each visit, you will set a time frame. So this example is showing from January to June, we'll go out and do their AC cleaning. From July to December, we'll go out and do their heat cleaning. And you can add as many of these service windows as you want. Let's say you're going to go out there 4 times a year. Just set it to whatever you need. You can update the job names as well. I know some like to put, visit 1, visit 2, and things like that. These will create a job when you add this maintenance plan. So let's say that someone signs up for the Comfort Club plan. It's going to add the maintenance plan to their customer account, and it's going to create 2 jobs because that's what we have here. We have 2 jobs. When it's time to go do the AC cleaning, we'll use the AC cleaning job for that maintenance. And then when we go to do the heat cleaning, we'll use the heat cleaning job. I will show you how easy it is to find these jobs when you're scheduling, and we'll do that in a little bit. Service window job type. This is a way to tag what type of job this is. I did go in and add a maintenance job type just so I can tag this as a maintenance job. Maybe you see your maintenance plans as service jobs. That's cool. Whatever you want, set it here. And then appointment duration default. This just helps speed up the process when scheduling. This will default the duration of the appointment when you go to schedule it. If this is a, one system, maybe you have it at an hour, but if this is a two system, maybe you want to set that to 2 hours. That way you don't have to update that when you go to schedule the visit. All right, we've got everything here. This template is ready to go, and you just hit save maintenance plan at the bottom to save your plan. Once you have all of your maintenance plan templates ready to go, the next thing I would recommend is setting up your pricing defaults and understanding how that works with maintenance plans. So we're going to go to more applications, price book, pricing defaults. Your pricing defaults page, this is showing you the different pricing strategies that you can apply to your jobs. And the maintenance plan pricing is a very unique feature that we have. When you have a customer who is not a maintenance plan customer, it will still show the maintenance plan discount that you would set here. And that is saying if you sign up for our maintenance plan program, you'll get 10% off, parts, let's say, on any job we do for you. It will show if they were a maintenance plan customer, how much they would save today. And that's a great selling tool. If they are a maintenance plan customer, it will automatically recognize that and add the maintenance plan pricing to any future job you do for them. So whatever discount you want to apply, you will add that here. Make sure to add the minus sign. Then you don't really have to think about it. If they are a maintenance plan customer, it'll just auto apply this discount to any items in your price book that you have the maintenance plan pricing turned on. And so you set up the discount here. And as you're building your price book, we're going to go to more applications, price book, my price book. The price book items that you add have a toggle, and we're going to look at an example of this. If I click the drop down here, we're just going to click on a price book item. And then right here under pricing strategies, and all price book items have this option. Right here, this is the maintenance plan price. If this is turned on and I add this general part to an invoice, let's say, it'll automatically add the 10% discount because this is turned on if it's a maintenance plan customer. If I never want this to apply, and actually a good example of this might be labor. So if we go to my labor item, you can see I have all pricing strategies turned off. I'm not trying to give a discount on labor. So if I were to add that general part, which has the maintenance plan pricing on, it will apply to that. But even on the same invoice, we add the labor, it will not apply because we have that turned off. And the place where you set up that discount is here, more applications, price book, pricing defaults. All right, so now let's see this in action. We have our templates ready, and we want to sell a maintenance plan to our customer. To do this, let's go to our customers page. We'll look for Justin Hernandez. And a good rule of thumb to know is anytime you want to add sorry, anytime you want to sell something, you want to do that on an invoice. The invoice is the way that you add the products to it and take payment from an invoice. So to easily create an invoice, we're going to create a new job form so we can make an invoice, add a maintenance plan to it, and sell it to our customer. This scenario is the customer knows they want to purchase the maintenance plan and sign up, and we're just going to make a job specifically for that. Now, there are scenarios where maybe you're already out on a job and you want to sign them up in addition to the service that you're doing. Maybe you need to add a free plan. There's a couple different scenarios. We're going to walk through those as well in just a little bit. But we know Justin wants to sign up for our Comfort Club plan. We're going to sell it to him. To do this, we went to the customer page. We are going to create a new job form. I know that this is for a maintenance plan, so I'm just going to set the job type to maintenance for reporting and put maintenance plan. So we know this is the job we used to sell the maintenance plan. And then we're going to create a new invoice along with this job. So we'll hit create new invoice. You can add items if you need to. So in the scenario where I'm creating an invoice to do maybe like a filter change, I would charge them for the filter. But then down below here, we have recommend a maintenance plan, which let me do this real quick. So we're going to save and close. I just realized Justin is already on a maintenance plan, so we need to cancel that real quick. And I'm going kind of fast. We're just going back to Justin's customer page. I'm clicking on maintenance plans, and this is a test customer, so we do a lot of testing on this. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I'm deleting the plan by clicking the trash can. There we go. Okay, now Justin is no longer a maintenance plan customer. We're gonna refresh. Okay, sorry about that. We created a job. We created a job with an invoice, and now we are on the invoice. From here, we want to add a maintenance plan, so we're going to scroll down, and right here, recommend a maintenance plan. From here, when you click on the drop down, this shows you all of our templates. These are what we have available on that maintenance plan admin page. We're going to use the Comfort Club plan. And at first, this is just confirming, is this the right plan? And if it is, save. This will add it to the invoice first as a recommended item. So we are not signing them up yet. This is where most likely you're talking to the customer and letting them know, the contract is a year. We're going to come out biannually. We'll come in the spring and in the fall. It'll be great. And they say, yes, let's sign up. You will click sign up now and then go through the sign up process. So this is the contract. You can select what location you want to apply this to, what plan it is, the description. You can make edits to this if you need or want to. The start date, end date, update the price. If it was a $0 price point, this is where you would just update what price you want to charge the customer in the moment. And then down below, you can grab a signature if you want from the customer. And then hit next. Now, this is where you're going to set up your service windows. And this part is important because this is the period of time you're actually going to go out and do the service. This is fine. January to June, we'll go out and do the AC cleaning. July to December, we'll go out and do the heat cleaning. Also, just make sure that the first service window is correct. So right now we're in January. So the January to June is the first visit that I want. The first window of time we're going to do. Click next. We have reminders. This is so you'll be able to send a reminder out to this customer when it's time to schedule. And this is just confirming this is the right contact info when that comes, which may be a month from now. So it's always good to confirm that so you don't have to chase down their contact info when you're trying to schedule. And lastly, we have payment. So how do you want your customer to pay? In this scenario, we're going to put it on invoice, which means we're adding it to the invoice, and then the customer will pay the invoice. Now the maintenance plan is paid for. Payment plan is if you want to set them up on a recurring payment plan. This is essentially allowing you to pick the recurring payment frequency. Let's say they will pay annually, and then it puts the number of payments, how much they pay a year. It will auto generate an invoice for you and mark it as paid. You can choose to send the customer a receipt every time that payment goes through or not. That's up to you. Uh, Select the tax group if you are syncing to QuickBooks, and then enter the payment information. You can enter credit or debit card information or use their banking account information to add their bank account. Those will save securely on file and can be used for purchases in the future. But this will mainly what we're setting up here is the recurring payment that will auto charge on the date selected. For today's example, we're going to choose on invoice and hit done. And there we go. So we've added the plan. It's $100. We're going to now have some payment options. And this is just like paying any other invoice. Pay now will process through WEX FSM. Record payment is if you are processing outside of WEX FSM, like if you took a cash payment, you could record that, and then you'll still need to take that cash to the bank for it to process. You could also send this to the customer, and sending it to them, they will receive that message. They can review the maintenance plan, and then they can pay that invoice online, and that will also process through WEX FSM. For today's scenario, let's go ahead and record a payment. That was just saying the customer didn't sign it, which is fine. We just bypass that. Here's the invoice we want to pay for. When we scroll down, we can see that apply a portion or all of this payment to a maintenance plan is already selected. So we're saying that this payment that we're taking for this invoice is paying for this plan. Enter in your payment info and hit record payment. And there we go. If you look in the top left, we can see there it is, the star. Justin is now a Comfort Club Plan member. We can see the invoices here and the payment is here. And now that is already paid for. When we go out and do the services, we won't need to charge Justin because we've already taken payment on that. Now that is one scenario. Another scenario is maybe you are charging per visit. So you would not be taking the money up front. You would be charging when you get there. And so in that scenario, we would do it a little differently. To do this, to start, we're going to go to Justin Hernandez customer page. We're going to get rid of the Comfort Club plan we just signed him up for. And so we're on the customer page. We're on the maintenance plans tab. And what we want to do is we want to add the plan, but we're not going to take payment up front. We're going to charge when we actually go out and do the service. And so to do this, we will first need to add the plan. So we're going to hit the red plus button and then set what plan we want. So Comfort Club plan. Let's say that this is $100. We want to scroll down and everything else is the same from here. So we're going to hit next. We've got our service windows. That's great. Reminders and payment. So for payment, we're going to choose not now because we want to charge them in the future. So we will hit done. And there we go. And so now the plan has been added. It has created the job. So this is the job you're going to use for the AC cleaning. This is the job you would use for the heat cleaning. And when it's time to schedule and take payment now for that first visit, you will go and schedule it. So I can actually schedule this from the customer page right from here by clicking the calendar. And let's say we want to schedule now. We'll schedule it for today. Let's say we'll go out there between 12 and 1. Oh, yeah, 12 p.m. There we go. And then we'll send Dustin out there, my field tech. And now this is good to go. This is saying we're going out to do this AC cleaning for the maintenance plan and hit schedule. Dustin, my field tech, now sees that on his schedule and will go out and do the visit. And then in this job, that's where we want to create the invoice so we can then take payment for that visit. And so we will go and create an invoice. So let's just make a new invoice by clicking new. And then here, what we're going to want to do is add a price book item for the charge today. And then we will apply that to the maintenance plan they already have. A mistake that some beginners will make here is they will try to add another maintenance plan. We do not want to do that. We just want to charge for today's visit. They already have a maintenance plan. So to do this, we're going to click Add Item. I do recommend making some type of item here. So I believe I made one already. Maintenance. There it is. So create an item that you can use for the charge. So this, I just made a maintenance visit per visit pricing, $50. We're going out twice. It'll be $50 per visit. So that's what this one is. So I'm going to just click on it and add it. And so now what we're saying is that for today's visit, I'm going to charge $50 for the maintenance plan. And then on our fall visit, I'll make another invoice in that job and charge them $50. We're going to take out tax for this to make it nice and even. And now when we do the payment, this part is important. We're going to go to record payment. And we know it's $50. And payment, we want to apply a portion or all of this to the Comfort Club plan. And that should, oh wait, we want it to be $50. So there will be a balance of $50 here. And that's good. That is good. Payment details. Let's say they paid with a check. Cool. So they're making a $50 payment today. That is going towards their maintenance plan. And then there will still be a $50 balance. So we're going to record payment. We can see that this invoice has been paid. The payment is here. And then when we go back to Justin's customer page and look at the maintenance plan tab, we see $50 has been applied and there's a $50 balance left over. And when my field technician is finished with this, they'll mark this as complete. Now, yeah, I just did this from the office. This is something your team will probably do, like your technician will be out there and they'll mark that as complete. Next time you go to look at the maintenance plan, we can see this one's complete and we see $50 is applied. So checking the status individually of your maintenance plans is great from right here. You see what plan they're on. You see the amount applied. You can see the completion statuses of these visits. And this is a great way to keep track individually. Every customer has a maintenance plan tab. You can toggle by property or address, and then just keep track of your visits. Let's say that Justin calls and says, "Hey, it's the fall time. I'm ready to schedule my appointment for you to come out for maintenance." Just type their name in, go to their page, go to maintenance plans, and you can do everything you need right from here. However, maybe you want to do this in bulk, and we have a great way, some ways to keep track of your maintenance plans with reporting. And we are going to go first to reporting. And from the reporting page, we're going to go to maintenance plan appointment scheduling right here. And so individually, you can go and do scheduling, but you may want to do things more in bulk, especially if you have a lot of customers in your maintenance plan program. This will show you all of the appointments, really all of the service window openings for everything in your system, for all maintenance plans in your system. You can use this page in many different ways, but probably the most common way is to answer the question, who do I owe a service to? We know how to sign up customers now from what we've gone over today, but now we got to keep track of making sure we get the actual jobs done. I would recommend get rid of future here and get rid of next because we want to know who do I owe a service to right now. So current, this is saying they have a current maintenance plan. It's not expired. And that they are within their current service window. So maybe, anything that has January right now would show up here. And here we go. So these are all of the accounts that we owe a service to. You can then use their customer information here to contact the customer, let them know they need to schedule their service. And you can click on the appointment status to do all your scheduling right from here. So maybe I'm just going down the line, talking to Jerry. Hey, Jerry, when you want us to come out? It's time to do your AC cleaning. Let's come out tomorrow. Sounds good. So now we're just into scheduling. Yes, you can do it from the schedule page, but you will need to select the maintenance job that this relates to, which sometimes you may miss, and then you're unorganized here. So what's nice is if you're scheduling maintenance, you come to this page, it will auto select the correct maintenance job that ties back to the maintenance plan you're doing this job for. Great place to schedule your maintenance. As you update these and go out and finish the jobs, they will be removed from the current, just so you can see, or actually, if it's within the current service window, it will still show in the list, but it will show the status as complete. So you know you've already done that one. And then if you want to send out reminders, this is a great place to do this. And so this is going to allow you to select all here, hit review, and send notifications. That will send a reminder out to your customers, letting them know they need to contact you so you can officially schedule the day you're going to go out and do the maintenance. Next, we want to track renewals. How do we know when a maintenance plan has expired, and then how can we renew that? A great place for this is to go back to reporting, and then we want to go to the maintenance plan customers report. So from reporting, right here under customers, maintenance plan customers. So from here, you can see at a glance how many expired plans you have, how many current plans you have, how many future dated plans you have. You can isolate by maintenance plan and then the status. Basically the question here is who is expired and how can I reach out to them so they can renew? From here, you will see whether their status is current. Maybe I just want to look at expired, so I can get rid of current. And now here's everybody that's expired that I would potentially need to reach out to and re-sign them up for a new plan. Maybe you don't want to wait. Maybe you don't want to wait until they're expired. You want to hit them up to get them to renew before it expires. That way you keep that life cycle. Maybe I want to look for current, but the plan expires this year in 2026. There you go. So now this is everyone that I would need to reach out to this year. And you can set so we're in January, maybe you want to see for February, and you can search those different filters. All right. Next, let's go to payment options. So we're going to go to payment options, payments, recurring payment, payment options, payments, recurring payment. If you set your customers up for a recurring payment plan, this is the page you're going to want to go to just make sure that those are going through correctly. Any overdue payments that you have, you will see in the overdue payments tab, and then existing and upcoming payments you will see here. Now, in theory, you set this up, it's just going to auto charge them, let's say every month, and then you're good to go. You're just getting recurring revenue. You're going out and servicing them each year, and it's great. But let's say that their card expires or they put a stop payment or something happens. This is a place to keep track of those transactions. And if you need to rerun a payment, you can even set to skip a payment for your customer if you want. You just select it and hit the button that relates to that. All right. So I'm going to just give you one more scenario and then we will get into our Q&A. So a final just idea, a tip, maybe you are doing this, maybe you are not, but the scenario would be if you want to add a free plan. Maybe you have someone who friends and family. You want to add someone to a maintenance plan program without charging them at all. That one's very simple. You would just add the plan by clicking the plus button. Select the plan that you want. In the annual price, you're going to put $0. and then hit next. Now we're setting up everything like normal. And we get to the end, 0 applied, pay, not now. No invoice needed. We just add the plan. And there you go. So we don't need to charge the customer because we know we added this pro bono, and they will show up just like anyone else. So you'll be able to schedule and do everything you need to, but the customer was not charged. Perhaps you had them already pay in your previous system. You want to document in your new system, but you don't need to take payment again because they already paid. In that scenario, you can add a plan. You just wouldn't put a price here, knowing I don't need to collect any more on this. And then you can just go in and either schedule or even backdate and mark as complete based on how you want to backdate these. Okay, that is all the information that we have for today's presentation. I hope you learned something. We're going to move to our Q&A now, but I just want to say thanks so much for joining. My name is Mark with WEX Field Service Management, and this has been Maintenance Plans 101.